What's going on?
You're exquisitely sensitive.
I really am.
You're like some sort of.
I'm like a Persian cat.
No,
I have to like turn in circles before I lay down. I turn my nose up. I need my fancy feast served in a goblet.
Yes, and even then you sort of wait for it to recede before you proceed.
I wait for the owner. I wait for you to go away before I eat it. I don't want you to have the satisfaction. I think I'm enjoying it.
The king is about to consume his repast.
My tail up so you can see my anus all the time. So my dog's got one of those tails that rolls up.
I noticed that,
and, the other day I saw its ass just do like a...
The pucker?
Opened up, closed again.
Did it talk to you?
If you'd put in like a sound effect that said like, feed me, it would have worked, you know?
Oh, boy.
And then I found myself looking at it, and I felt kind of weird. It was like intrusive, and then it felt gay, and then it felt dirty, and then a whole myriad of feelings.
Of all mammals has a mind of its own.
The anus.
Yes, as you found out when you had the carbuncle there, you know that in any little movement, it's winking and talking and speaking.
Does it? I was assuming the dog was breaking wind, but no, I know. It was just doing its own thing.
Took a deep breath, probably. There you go.
It's hooked up to something else.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's weird. I didn't have much choice in my dog, but my new criteria for a dog is I don't want to see any anus.
Cats too.
Yeah, cats too. There's nothing worse than that tail flying up in the air. I mean, if you really think about it.
Well, the dog with the anus thing, though, at least you know it's you got to clean it.
But what is
the short hair?
What is the part of any mammal that you want to see the least?
That it's showing at you.
Answer: anus.
Yeah.
What's the only part of my dog I see besides eyeballs? Anus. My dog is all eyes and anus. It's actually, I'm going to get a protractor out.
That's a great name for a new store.
Boston anus. What do you need today? Can I interest you in an anus or you're an eyeball? Oh, both. Fantastic.
Eyes and anus, it could be like eyewear and underwear store or something.
Yeah. I would say maybe a butt plug and sunglasses.
Right, and Victoria's Secret catalog.
Eyes and A. My dog, if I got like a protractor out and I actually measured the circumference of the anus, I would be more anus than eyeball.
In the dog?
Yeah, in the dog.
Total eyeball? 2 eyeballs?
No, bigger than a single eyeball.
Yeah.
Bigger than a single. I don't know. I'm going to get on it when I get home.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Hold still, baby.
Yeah.
Please.
It just scares me what you might do this.
It's in the name of science.
Yeah.
All right. Where are we doing, Drew? Circumference and diameter. Circumference is around, diameter is across the around?
Correct.
Yeah, this would be, it'd be both. All right. All right, I'm going to measure it out. I'm just, for good measure, I'm going to do the water displacement test on the anus and the eyeball, too, just to
eyeball,
put a finer point on it.
I say you're going to do that. I don't quite know the anus.
Don't worry about it. I'm a man of science in my own way. Jill?
Yes?
You're 19? What's up?
Speaking of anuses.
Yeah. Oh.
Anyway, my boyfriend wanted to have anal sex with me. So I did, and I really, really didn't like it. But now every time we're starting to have sex, he asks me to do it again. And it's like in the middle. And I want to please him. So, and he knows I don't like it, but he keeps persisting and persisting.
Help me understand what it is with women that they are so intent upon doing things on behalf of their partner they find miserable. Well, and they do it in the name of it being somehow arousing for them, or that this is what sex is. It's
Yeah, well, I think women, especially at 19, are looking to be willing partners or sort of like sexual sidekicks. Like their job is to prop up the king, their handmaid.
Your job, Jill, is to enjoy sex as much as your boyfriend does. That's your job. And if it means doing something you don't like for a couple of minutes, that's fine. But something that you despise or that is painful, forget it.
Yeah, but
believe me, your boyfriend wouldn't do it.
But hold on a second. At 19, here's what a guy doesn't really want to do. He doesn't want to spend a lot of time with his girlfriend. He doesn't want to cuddle. He doesn't want to walk hand in hand.
But he is so driven that he's willing to do anything.
Yes.
He will spend that time.
Outside of the bedroom.
Oh, yeah.
He will put his time in.
Right.
So he can get his licks in, on the pun, inside of the bedroom. What's wrong with the woman putting up with a little grief inside the bedroom to get the miles logged holding hands and going... going to the events and the weddings and that kind of stuff outside of the bedroom.
As a sort of an abstract principle, that makes sense.
Thank you.
You're comparing cuddling and hand-holding to cornholing.
That's right.
That is not an equivalent, if you will, dose of bad times.
All right, but here's what I would argue. 30 seconds of cornholing averages, it balances out to be 30 hours of cuddling. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot more of that than there is that. I think it works out.
But one more thing.
All right.
That the cuddling is not it's not a super gratifying experience, but it's not an especially miserable experience for the guy.
Right.
While Jill is saying this hurts.
Well, that's
painful.
why the 30 seconds versus 30 hours.
Right.
I was laughing to myself driving today, Drew, when I was thinking about the Nebraska Cornhuskers and how I didn't tell you. We have Michelle, engineeress Michelle, big college football fan. I was saying, go Longhorns.
Oh.
No, right? No, wait a minute. Texas Sooner. Sooners. Okay, but you don't like Nebraska.
Correct.
Right. And I was thinking, wouldn't it be great to have a blooper reel of Nebraska events going back to like the 1930s
Johnny
or
Carson
40s
himself,
where people just did he go there?
Yeah.
People just flubbing and saying cornholers instead of cornhuskers, and just from the 50s with the thin tie and the hair combed back and those horn rim glasses at some alumni banquet or something. Thank you, Bob Jenkins. A wonderful. First, I want to say go cornholers, Huskers, and it's just a long reel of guys screwing up, guys with bullhorns down on the field.
We're very excited. Queen Elizabeth has chosen to join us here today to honor our wonderful football dynasty.
I would like to make all members of the fine United Kingdom honorary members of the Nebraska Cornholers Huskers.
Your Highness, Huskers.
Yeah, just along throughout history since because the school was around for 10 minutes. Like the tiles weren't yet set in the entry hall before someone effed that one up and went with the cornholers. Yeah. And then, by the way, if you think don't say cornholer, it's going to come flying out at some point.
Of course.
When you're out there.
Of course.
Or
is that just you and me?
Maybe.
I think there's shirts made up like that from rival schools.
Well, that I'm sure of, but I just want to hear Keith Jackson go, "Oh, how do you do? Look at that cornholer Husker." You know what I mean? There's got to be. Drew, work on that blooper reel. All right. Let's see. Jill.
Yes.
So you get what we're talking about here. That this is so unnecessary for you to put yourself through this.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Very simple.
Yeah. Go cornholers.
Well, okay.
Go Big Brown.
All right, thank you.
Well, look, you don't like it, don't do it.
Yeah,
and tell him.
It's not just not liking it. It is a genuinely painful and potentially. The body responds with pain for a reason. It's telling it not to do the thing you're trying to do.
But look, here's the other thing too. You know, girls, what you need to do is instead of do that thing where you're playing coy and you're like, I don't know, say, look,
you got to shut that down.
If you keep pushing on me, I'm going to get resentful.
Yes.
And I don't want to get resentful. But if you keep pushing, I'm going to get resentful. If I get resentful, the whole store closes.
Right.
Right now.
In fact, the store shut.
You just want to go to the sporting goods section of my department store. Soon, the whole department store will be closed.
That's right.
And then you get nothing.
That's right.